Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Florida, serving customers all over the United States. Today we're going to be working with the Well Done and stamp set and the, what is this called? Well of a Time 6x6 Designer Series paper pack. I've already chosen 4 sheets out of here. We're going to be making what I call a 4-panel puzzle card. Okay, so I started off with a 6x6 sheet and I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. And if you have a directional paper pattern, you have to decide right now if you want your card to be landscape or portrait. So because this is directional, the way I cut it with the 4 inches going across, it's going to be a portrait card. If I wanted it to be landscape, I would have to cut this side at 5 1/4 and cut the 4 this way. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So this is 4 sheets of cardstock, and this is, I've already, like I said, cut it down. So we'll just get rid of the pieces right now that we don't need. We're going to save these strips for the inside of the card, so don't get rid of those because they can go on the inside to decorate the insides of your card. Okay, and we're going to move the stamp set out of the way, and we're going to bring in our trimmer, and we are going to start cutting all 4 pieces of cardstock at once. So you need to keep them stacked up nice and tight. And this is no measurements. I'm just going to cut it into 4 separate pieces. So you just cut it however you want it to be. And that's going to be my first cut. And I'm going to leave these stacked together right here. Then my second cut. Think I'll do it from this point, not quite to that point, but a little bit above that. That'll be my second cut, and that'll go here. So that gives me 2 pieces. So now this one I need to cut into our final 2 pieces. And I'll just cut it right here. And that's gonna go there. And this piece will go here. Okay, now the easiest way to get all your pieces the way they're supposed to be is to have your card bases. So if you have 4 sheets of paper giving you 4 puzzle pieces, you're gonna make 4 separate cards, okay? So I have my card bases in Granny Apple Green. They're cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And what I'm gonna do is start with this top piece here, the left top, and I'm gonna put one here, the next one here, the next one here, and the next one here. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the far right top, and we're not gonna start here. Since we started here before, we're gonna go to the next one and make that first. And we're gonna put that there, that there, this here, and then this one goes up here. So now we're going to go to our 3rd piece, and we're going to start on our 3rd card front. And we're going to start here, 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 then here. And now we're on our last piece. And this piece, you want to start on your 4th card base. And so that's going to go there. Go to the number 1. To your 2nd one, and then your 3rd one. That way you know all your pieces are where they're supposed to be. You have 4 different pieces on each card, okay? So we're going to take these and just sit them on the inside of these cards because we're only going to make up 1 today. So I'm just going to put these inside so that I don't get them mixed up, and I'll make those later after the video. Okay, and then we're just gonna glue these on, and I'm just gonna leave a, like maybe a 1 1/8 inch border all around the edges, on the outside edges. And that's gonna give us borders in between all of our pieces on the inside, okay? So I wanna make sure I keep them how they're set up so I won't forget how the puzzle goes together. Make sure my card is the right way. And I'm gonna use some liquid glue and just start gluing these down. I actually should have put the bottom piece on first. Let me try to hurry up and do that so that glue won't set. This should have been the last piece you put on so that you know the how far to leave the space in between. Could see this. Oh no, let me see if I can pull it up because I'm not getting this where I need it. It needs to be, okay, so put a little bit more glue. Oh boy, I think I just, okay. I twisted my piece and almost got confused of where it went. I'm just trying to get that spacing correct there. Okay, so that's the front of our card. Now let's move on to some stamping. I have the Thanks a Ton. So we're going to be using the Thanks a Ton right here from the stamp set, and we're going to stamp that in Pretty Peacock onto some Whisper White. And this is just a scrap that can fit the size of my punch that I'm going to be using. Let me make sure that's inked up well. And I know that's a little crooked, but we're going to be punching it out, so I'll try to straighten it up when I punch it. And I'm going to be using the Label Me Fancy punch to cut this out, to punch it out. So let me try to get this straight. Oh, let me go in from this way so I can hold it with my right hand because I am right-handed. Try to get it in the center and pretty straight. We'll just punch it out. There we go. Move that to the side so it'll have time to dry. Then our second piece that we're gonna stamp is for decoration. What we're gonna do, I have some Stampin' Right markers. I have the Bumblebee, Granny Apple Green, what is this? Coastal Cabana and Pretty Peacock. And we're gonna do where you color onto your stamping, your image. So I'm just gonna color 2 of these with the Bumblebee. And then I'm gonna come in with the Granny Apple Green and I'm gonna go over just the edges of it. Just a little edging on there. And then we're gonna take our Coastal Cabana and the third one that we didn't color, we're gonna color that, but do not go over the one that you already colored because it does crisscross. You just have to stop and pick up your marker and continue on. Then we're gonna edge that one with the Pretty Peacock. Just a little edging. And then we're gonna huff on it and stamp it. and I see I missed a little bit right there, but that's okay. And then this has to get fussy cut out. And I know, oh my goodness, this is a small piece. No, it is real simple to cut out. You're gonna leave a little, oh no, before we cut it out, I want to get my black Stampin' Right marker, and I'm gonna flick some speckles on here. I tried to cut out some of these little seaweeds from the designer series paper, but I couldn't get what I wanted. And they had like little black speckles on some of them, so that's why I wanted to do the Stampin' Right marker with the black speckles. Can you see those speckles in there? I think it's really pretty. We're just gonna, I just want to show you this in real time, how quickly you can cut this out, because you're not, you're just leaving a very tiny white border. And if you don't want to, you don't have to leave a white border. And I'm hoping you can see this because I have to hold it out for me, so the cutting is not going to be that great because I can't see that well unless I put it close to me. But you're gonna get the gist of what I'm saying about cutting it, because I have them pre-cut out, because you need 2 of these, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so there, that was pretty quick and painless. So that's what it looks like once you cut it out, and I'm gonna show you what I did, because I have the 2 here that I pre-cut. And as you can see, on one of them I have the pretty peacock on this long one, and on the other one I have the yellow, the bumblebee, and the granny apple green on the long one. So I just switched the colors because they're both going to go on our card, so I didn't want them to be the same. But that is all the stamping. So we're going to get to putting this card together. So what I have here is a piece of pretty peacock that I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies, this one here, to cut this out in pretty peacock. And then we're going to take our Label Me Lovely punch and another sheet of the Well of a Time designer series paper. This is the Calypso Coral. It looks like seashells maybe. I don't know what this is, but I didn't want my pattern to go straight up and down, so I put my punch in at an angle just so it wouldn't have to be even when you punch it and it looks like, oh, you messed up your punch. So I just did it at an angle. And we're going to take that and glue it to this piece. I love this Pacific point on the back though. We're going to put this right in the middle and try to get it even from both sides and the top and the bottom. Oh, lift up. Okay. Then I have another strip of Granny Apple Green, and this one measures 3/4 by 2 5/8. And we're just going to put this right down. And what I'm doing is lining it up with this stitch line that it doesn't go all the way across, it stops, but that's where I'm lining this Granny Apple Green strip. I'm lining it up there to know where I want to put it. And you're just gonna put that there. And then we'll take our sentiment that we punched out and glue that flat onto the front in the middle. Okay, and then we have to take our, where did I put them? Oh, we're gonna take these. Let's see. We're gonna take this one here. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right there. And I'm gonna sit this, I'm trying to get the curve of this to go in this curve. So let's see here. We want this about, let me see. I was trying to pick it up without touching it, but I guess I'm gonna have to pick it up. Sorry for all the shadows, but it is kind of late. I want this to be about the tail end to come out about in the middle of the card. So about right there. I don't want any of the white that's here to show. Okay, and on this piece, we're gonna do a little surgery. We're gonna take this tail off on this side. You're just gonna keep, and we're not gonna throw it away. We're actually gonna glue it on. But I wanna put it in a different spot. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the liquid glue, just a dab, on the very end of that where we cut it off. And we're just gonna sit it right there. Just like that. And then we're gonna take on this piece, the third little piece on this side that we did not cut off, we're gonna put glue on the back of it. Not much. And we're gonna take this piece and put that little tail right in the white space because I don't want that to show. So we're gonna just do it just like that and cover it up. Okay, and then we're gonna add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back. And I am gonna use a lot of dimensionals on this. Okay, and then we're going to take some of the metallic mesh ribbon from the mini catalog. I know this is in our the Halloween section, but I thought it would look cute like on Christmas cards, as you've seen on the cards that I made. When did I post that? On Thursday. I used the same layout on Thursday. It's just I made it for Christmas, so this one is a little different. Okay, we're just going to get a little piece of this and cut what we need there. And we're going to get a little bit of Stampin' Seal just to put down in the middle here, just to hold this down until we put everything else on the card. So that'll be held on there. Then we're just going to give it a little trim so that it doesn't hang off the edges. And because this is a mesh, you can't really see that. It doesn't even matter how you cut it, just long as it's not hanging off the edge there. Okay, so we're going to take all of our backings off our dimensionals, plural, right? Because we have a lot. And we're going to sit this right in the center of our card. Let's see. Well, we can't go too low because of our tails. So I guess it's not, it's in the center somewhat. Okay. And then we're going to, I have the, all the trimmings, embellishments, and I took my Calypso Coral Stampin' Blend, which is an alcohol-based marker, and I colored a few so that I can use them on this project because I didn't have any Calypso Coral embellishments. I wanted to use the sequence that comes in this suite with the Well of a Time suite, but I wanted Calypso Coral and none of the sequence. I don't think it's Calypso Coral. They have Flirty Flamingo. That probably could have worked, but then we're going to put one more. We'll put that about right here. Okay. Oh, you know what? We can go ahead and decorate the inside. Let me show you that. So this is my insides. I have them pre-cut. This is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. Oh no, that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And we are going to use this to put at the bottom. I'll use my seal since I have it out. And I've already put my glue up. Ooh. And we'll just put that right at the bottom. Trim it. It says thanks a ton. Oh man, do you guys see that? I got some of the little splatter on our sentiment, but that's okay. It just matches everything else. And I'll write something on it when I give it to someone. So we'll just put that on the inside of our card and call it done. Maybe I'll flick a little more of that on the inside just so it'll look like we did it on purpose. There we go. And that is our finished card there. Here's all 4 cards completed. As you can see, they're all the same but different. So the 4-panel puzzle card technique gives you 4 separate cards, just like the 3-panel puzzle card gave you 3 separate cards. So I did go back and add Stampin' Dimensionals underneath these, the little seaweeds hanging down, because they were sticking up too much. And on this card here, because it was so busy down here, I put the embellishment at the top instead of the bottom like the rest of them. And I went ahead and put the insides on all of the cards. And as I didn't plan it, but after I was done, I noticed that whatever the bottom panel was, that's what's on the bottom panel of the inside of the card. But that's it. I just wanted to show you that. Oh, and one more thing. I started up here on this card and went this way, and I actually should have started here. It made it much easier to start at the bottom, then do this one at the top over here, this one, and this piece actually should have been last. So just a couple of tips, okay? Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. As always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later. Bye.